you have to buy the tool, what I would suggest is doing like a...
Okay, and here we are inside Custom Ink and Steel. This is a nice looking shop. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be going home right after this or not. I might go, because Chris said if...
Hello.
Hi, David.
How are you?
Hello. Oh, you're getting a tattoo, huh?
Yes.
What are you gonna get tattooed?
A rose.
Today we're doing a rose on her right foot. I believe I wrote left on the disclaimer, but we're doing a rose on her right foot today.
Okay.
It'll be an upside down rose.
Great, great.
Really pretty.
And this is the famous tattoo artist David Vane. And what was your name?
Christina Mesa.
Great. Hi.
Hi.
So if you don't mind if we videotape you getting a tattoo, huh?
No, not at all. I might be a bit of a baby though.
Okay. Well, we can edit out the screams.
All right, that'll
Cool.
work.
And so, what are you doing right now, Dave?
We are printing right now. We use Stencil Pro to print said tattoo. Most tattoos are done when we do a print. We will do it on what's called carbon paper, or like a carbon copy, kind of like the bank slip stuff. We use the Stencil Pro or the stencil stuff. Usually, what it does, it allows your skin to
Great.
open up and accept the carbon. Lets you physically kind of like dyeing the skin. Just so the stencil stays on the skin a little bit better. A lot of times if you tattoo and you don't have something to adhere it, when you go to tattoo it, you can physically wipe off your tattoo, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure the stencil's there.
Right.
Start off with a rose and end up with a Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, yeah. So what do we have over here?
We have, this is what we use for stenciling. So this is our basic setup. Usually consists of your caps, your inks, and your barrier coating if you need it. We use A&D specifically just for tattooing. And just to make sure it helps preserve the stencil while we're tattooing, and also helps with sliding your needle into your skin, if that makes any sense.
It looks like I'm in a doctor's office.
Well, we try to pride ourselves to keep this clean industry as possible. This is nothing short of surgery. I mean, a lot of people think tattooing is like a hobby or something that you just can do at your kitchen table, and it's not. It's actually a privilege, and even for most people, you don't understand what a privilege it is for if someone's to walk into the shop, say it's a walk-in and not a client, and they become a client. What a privilege that is for someone to meet me after 5 minutes and they're allowing me to do something permanent on their body. And in a sense, with that, why I call it nothing short of surgery, because we are opening your skin. So that's the biggest thing about it. Like, it's definitely not something people should play with in their basement, their kitchen tables, or anything like that. It's something that needs to be 100% clean. You gotta watch what you're touching. You gotta watch how your clients are touched. You want to make sure that nothing is contaminated. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Glove change-outs are the biggest thing too. I've seen a lot of people do that, or heard of a lot of people do that. They got one pair of gloves for a whole tattoo. Well, that's pretty scary. Gloves are here to protect me, but they're actually here to protect the client. So cross-contamination is very good. This is your lining machine. We're going to use an 8-liner today. And try to keep every kind of trying to keep all brands out of the way here, so we don't have any sponsorship problems or anything. So the biggest thing about even just the setup, you want to make sure it's clean. You don't want to see anything that's touched or damaged go into anybody's body, if that makes any sense.
Looks like quite an expensive setup here, and a lot of disposable, sterilized things. I mean, it looks like it's expensive.
Just to put together. Well,
Yeah.
in a sense, I mean, there is an expense that goes with this. A lot of people like to haggle us for prices, and unfortunately, this isn't like, it's not a pawn shop. You can't haggle. This is not an auction. If you think in terms of, say if we have a $50 minimum here, and you get a little $50 tattoo, so something small, we're still doing the same setup. And how it usually goes, there's not like booth rent and then we make a killing. Everybody gets a percentage. Like here, like say I get 50%, that means 50% of that $50 tattoo goes to the house first. That would be 25 bucks. 25 or 50 minus 25 is 25. So out of that 25, we're gonna spend anywhere from 18 to $22
Just on the tattoo itself?
in equipment just to set up to get you tattooed. Between pigment, ink caps, disposable stuff that needs to be put together,
Right.
Autoclaving parts, our machines, soaps, anything like that that we use. All that costs money.
Yeah.
So if you do the math, at least it's like $3, and it's a lot of.
Yeah.
It's tough for people to understand when we explain that to them, you know, and you know, I mean, honestly, would you want to touch my body fluids for $3?
Yeah.
You know, when you explain that to someone, they're like, ew. I'm like, well, it's the same thing. Like, I know this is my training profession, but no one does it for free. Like, no one's gonna go get a boob job for 20 bucks because saline is free, you know? Like, it doesn't happen like that. So it'd be the same way with tattoos. And we also try to explain that to people, you know, if you're gonna spend $200 on a pair of shoes, it's gonna last you a couple months, you know? That's backwards if you wanna come in and argue with me about pricing, because I'm trying to do you a permanent service, and I spend good money on this just to make sure you're safe. And I've heard of those, there's places outside of shops and stuff where they're doing $20 tattoos. Well, you know, God love them, but the only thing I'm not going to comment on anyone specifically, but I just don't know what to think about it, only because if it costs us, say, around $40 to $47 to tattoo, and they're doing a $20 or $25 tattoo,
Yeah, that's
what are they
kinda-
skipping? What steps are
right.
they skipping? What are they not doing to
Right.
protect you?
Right.
What are they reusing? I don't know. That's a real scary.
I've heard of people like making their own needles and stuff. Do you do that? Or is
No,
that...
we don't now. Many years ago, that used to be the normality that you would actually, one of the parts of the trades you would actually have to build your own needles. You can build needles, but now there's, you can go right through companies and they will actually build them for you. We order them in packs now, and they're more consistent. You just got to make sure you go through the right company, because some companies are like the overnight processing places you don't want. Some places are really good high-end needles where they take their time and the jigs are perfect and everything's down to, you know, a micron of where everything is placed. I mean, that's one of the biggest things. You need consistent needles, or you don't know what you're really working with. Pre-mixed pigments. Everything is pre-mixed, but as far as blending colors, we will blend them as we go. Like you'll see a few times during the tattoo, like say if I'm doing the red, if I start with a darker red and we go to the lighter red, I don't completely wash out the red. I keep some of the darker
I
red
see.
in there and mix
So
it
that
with
it...
the next color.
Oh, so you do mix.
So you have like an in-between color, and then you go to that color. That way it slowly brushes out. You don't really see a transition of color. It'll look like one color. People always ask
Okay.
about, like, how do you get such a bright red in there? How do you get that in there? And a lot of times it's not that we have a bottle of super bright red, you know, that's magic. You know, it's 3, 4, 5 shades of that same red and other colors that make it look that way.
Okay.
Create that, and create brightness with colors, even with dark stuff.
And at the swear on camera.
You swear,
Yes, this is a live show, so...
you can swear live.
But we're on the internet, so
We'll screen beep.
if you slip...
If you slip, we don't have to beep it. Is that what it goes? How
Yeah.
it goes?
I can say that.
No. As far as what tattoos feel like, everybody's different. Everybody kind of wants to know what's going to hurt worse or what's not. The biggest thing we can tell everybody is just to relax. Everybody's different. Every body part's different. Do tattoos hurt? Yes, they do, but not in the sense that people think. You know, and it's not death-defying. No stabbing motion or anything like that. I know that was scary to see over there. So what we're starting here is what's called line work. And then that's the most important part of the beginning of your tattoo. You want crisp, clean line work if you can.
Okay, how's it? Can I take a little up close picture of it now?
Oh, absolutely. Where we're at,
Okay, what we're at so far.
we had just started.
Okay, then we'll come back to you in a few minutes and see how far you've gotten, okay?
Okay,
Okay, thanks a lot.
not a problem. I'll see you in just a minute.